Hey y'all, in 2017, I started my RV blog journey. I purchased an RV, I renovated it with my son, and I decided to live in it in my yard for 6 months with my new boyfriend. The experience was enlightening. Living in a tiny, enclosed space with someone for 6 months was not easy. But it was a test of our relationship, and here we are, 8 years later, still together. As we evolve on this tiny house journey, we are going to do another experiment. And this one is going to be called the cabin experiment. Taking all the things that we learned from staying in the RV and applying that to some nights at the cabin. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please do so by hitting that subscribe button. That way you get notification when I upload a new video. Hey y'all, it's Kika, your lifestyle blogger. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the RV experiment. And the reason why we're talking about the RV experiment, because when I met my boyfriend about 8 years ago, we did an experiment to test the chances of us being in a long-term relationship. And that was us living in a tiny space for 6 months in my yard. And we were living in my RV. So I have some clips of that to show all of you. And then we're going to talk a little bit deeper because this summer we have been together 8 years and we're going to do another experiment, which is going to be the cabin experiment. So keep watching. More video footage coming up. So can we talk for a minute? I want to take you back 6 years to when I started my tiny house journey. So let's talk a little bit about how it came about and where we are today. So back in 2017, I was living in a city called Brooklyn Park, and I was watching on TV often the tiny house shows. Amazed by how people are living in these tiny houses, how they're designing them, making them look like what you would get in a real big house, but in a tiny space. I was very intrigued by that. And then I started searching on YouTube, and I landed on a few YouTube videos. One was Gone with the Winds. They really inspired me. And they were living in an RV. Now, at the time, I believe they had a Class A RV, and they pulled a smart car behind it. So my wheels started spinning because one of my dreams is to always travel. That's something that I would love to do. And to be able to have a tiny house on wheels where you can travel from state to state was fascinating to me. So I went on my own research and I found an RV that fit my needs. It was a gently used RV. Actually, a lady, she was the only owner. She was about 80 years old. She had it for a while, took very good care of it. And then she had it on consignment. So I was able to purchase it for only about, I think, $10K. It was there a while. At the time, I was working as a sales director, so I was earning some bonuses from my sales if I did really a good job. So over the course of, I want to say, 4 months, I was able to negotiate with this RV place where I was able to go there and put money down. So every time I earn a bonus every month, I would bring that to them. And finally, I was able to get the RV out of what we call like layaway. It was mine. So then I rented a storage space because I lived in a townhome and the RV was huge, so it couldn't just sit at my house. So I rented a storage space and then I parked the RV in there. But during the time that it was parked there and the time that I lived in Brooklyn Park, I would start the renovations on this RV. And so my son lived with me at the time, my middle son, and he's really, really, really good with renovating things. So we started simple. We took some of the old stuff out of the RV, put new stuff in, like a sectional couch, new lighting fixtures. I had my daughter sew for the seat cushions. I made a little spot for my little dogs. It was incredible. So over a whole year time, I want to say a year and a half, we worked on renovating this RV while I was in this townhome. We would bring it home on the weekends, renovate it a little bit, and then I'd park it back at the storage. And it was wonderful. I even drove it to my aunt's house in Bloomington, and we parked it in her backyard.
We were able to strip it of the old decals on the outside and repaint it. And it's still painted that color today, and the paint worked very well. I actually used boat paint, Rust-Oleum boat paint. So we painted it white and black. And then after that, I decided, hey, I need a tow car, which they call Toads, Toad. And so I found a black and white smart car, and it was perfect. Because those cars, of course, don't rust. They're made out of plastic. They're small, tiny, perfect to pull behind an RV. I ended up buying a Class C RV, which worked very well for me. And I stuck with something simple, just so you guys know. I went with a Ford, no power windows or anything. I wanted something simple so it'd be easy to fix, because I knew I was going to keep this for a very long time. So I did that. And then the smart car now matched the RV, and I was able to park those things together. Eventually, I moved from that townhome and ended up moving to a house in Becker, where we were able to park the smart car at home. And that is where the RV experiment began. So if you haven't watched my videos, go back and take a look at them. My boyfriend and I did an RV experiment in the RV where we stayed in there throughout the entire season. About relationships in a tiny space. So I just wanted to kind of run a few things past you and see what your feelings and take is on this. And then you're going to hear it from the experts themselves. And the reason why I say experts is because my boyfriend and I have been living in this RV for the last 3 months. And I have talked to friends who are married, and they have said that living in a tiny space would absolutely be a test of their relationships. And they absolutely could not live in a tiny space with their husband or their wives. So I just wanted to say that it can be actually done, and there are some good sides to living in a tiny space, and there are some bad sides to living in a tiny space. So in this segment of Reviews and Great Lifestyles, I'm going to interview my boyfriend. I'm going to let you guys see him finally for the very first time, and he is going to talk to you about what it's like to live in a tiny house, in a tiny space with your mate. And we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So feel free to leave your questions in the box below, and keep watching. More video footage coming up. Camera's on. This is my baby. So we got to talk about relationships in tiny spaces. We're weathering the storm. But there's some good. It forces you to communicate.
Yeah.
That's one good thing that I see.
Yeah.
And what about you?
Close. You know, we're always close. Even if she's way over there, we're still close. You know, I like that.
Because you never... Did you RV it before?
No.
So talk about that. The experience. We've been out here for what? 3 months?
It's nice. You know,
What did you think at first?
I've never, like how we stand, but I've been in them, but this is real comfortable, you know. I really don't even, I come straight out here, you know. This is it. Then I run to the back, you know. So, I mean, I just chill, you know, do much.
What do you like about it?
Everything. You know, this is it. You know, in driving, I like driving it, you know. It's a good situation. You know, I liked it when we went out of town, and it was good.
Yeah. What else?
I don't know.
Talk about what's the bad part about it. It is tiny as heck. That bathroom is a ridiculous.
Hit my head.
Wait. Wait. Because I renovated the lights, and the lights are hanging. Turn it around. And we had to remove the one from the bedroom because you would always hit your head. I like that one. I don't want to remove that one, babe. You got a duck.
But if you haven't, you know, if you're watching and you're thinking about it, don't think about it, do it. I'm glad I had the opportunity.
What's other than hitting your head? I think it has everything a house has, so it's pretty nice.
The bugs.
Oh.
Now,
yeah.
The door situation, somehow it's always a fly or something biting you, you know, and then, you know, because it is the RV, there may be things you have to step out. And when you step out in Minnesota, you know, it's mosquitoes. So it's little things like that. And, you know, what else?
We don't like bugs around here. So I did do a video on how to get rid of spiders and insects and stuff from your RV. And you want to use water and peppermint. And you put it in a water bottle, spray it everywhere. Your whole RV can smell like peppermint. Even if you get some fabric sheets, that works actually for rodents. So when it starts getting crazy cold outside, you want to have all that. Have your whole RV smelling like peppermint. You won't get any rodents or bugs. Now, that's a problem solved.
Problem solved.
What else?
Well, because of the location where we're at, you know, it's real quiet, you know, and sometimes it can be real quiet in the RV when everybody, you know, it can be scary quiet in the middle of the night, and then the wind will blow and rock it, and, you know, if you walk too hard or turn too hard in the bed, it'll rock a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You know, so you know, I mean,
that's odd.
Yeah, that little piece there.
Or when you left the windows open in the front cab area. Yeah, and I heard something. I think a bird or something got in, and you had to. It was scary. So I went back in the bedroom, but I was just going to leave you to wrestle with it or whatever you had to do.
When the wind is blowing, it sounds like something's crawling on the top. And Keek said last night, we have to crawl up there. Well, we just have to go up there and see. And I didn't understand, like, the we part. You know, that's French or something. That's French. We.
It was dark. It was dark outside. But shoot, that scared me. All right. So that's the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that. We'll have more video footage coming up. Okay, we're going to talk about, this is part 2. We're going to talk about what it's like to live in such a tiny space. Because as you guys can see, it's super small around here. Right? And so, what's it like? How do you feel? Do you like it better than a big house?
I mean, in a tight space like this, you could only do this with someone you're close to. You know, you couldn't do this, you know, with someone that you can't, you know, really be close with.
Now, some spouses said they can't be in a tiny space like that, like this. They don't think they could. Their marriage would survive.
Yeah, I can be in a tiny. This is actually too big right here.
Really?
Yeah, I could be in a tighter space with kids.
Oh, I like that. Some people say it's a test of their relationship. So
it's all good with me.
So I think it's a good test for us. Right? Anyway, so we'll give you like a little view of, we're sitting here on the couch. Here we are. We're watching movies. This is our routine in the evening. So I kind of give you guys a view.
Show them the view.
There's the room. No.
No.
And then we're just sitting here on this sofa watching TV. So this is our routine every night after we have dinner. And I'm going to cut the camera off because you're anxious to have that ice cream that's in the freezer, right?
Ice cream.
So we're going to cut the camera off, but of course we'll have more video footage for you guys, so keep watching. Hey everybody, it's Kika, your lifestyle blogger, and we're going to do a video today to show you what it's like to take a shower in the RV. So my honey's going to do a demonstration. And then I'm going to ask him some questions when he gets inside the RV shower. So keep watching. Alright, so we're going to do a video. I got the camera on me right now. My honey's going to get in the shower and take his shower.
Where you the towel?
Right here getting wet.
That's my dry towel?
Nope, your dry towel's hanging up right here. So, that was the towel for you to step on. You can go this way. Alright.
Oh.
Is it too hot?
Yes.
Alright, add some cold.
Yeah. That's better. Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So at least we know the shower gets hot. That's for sure. And that's by turning on that heater. So the problem I had when I took a shower in here is this dang on shower curtain kept sticking to me. Because it's a tight squeeze in there. How you doing in there?
Doing great.
How does it feel?
Feels good. Got a sunroof up top. It's like a natural feeling.
Does it feel like a normal shower or not really?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This definitely is normal. Definitely normal. Yeah. Definitely a good feeling.
And the water's good.
Water's great. You know, it's been a great day today. Then you come back, you take a good hot shower.
I got your towel down here when you step out. So I'm gonna have to do something different with this shower curtain, because if it was a door, it'd be different. We'd have that. I almost feel like that shower curtain.
Here, right?
Yep. So I got a light. There you go.
Yeah. So you can take a shower at night.
Yep.
All right.
You done?
Yes.
Quick 2-minute shower. I'm gonna show you where the heater is. So you turn the heater on right here. Yep. And that gets the hot water hot so that you're able to take a shower, do dishes and things like that. And you don't need to leave it on too long. So that's what we did. We turned it off since he took a shower. So how you feel now? I got the camera on you.
New man, I'm about to have a cup of coffee. It sounds like I'm about to have some good, a nice half an omelet.
Yep.
Meaty, potatoes, and sitting about to put football games on.
So do you think that if you ever had to, you could actually live in an RV? I mean, it is a tight squeeze, but
I definitely could do it. I mean, it's not fair for other people that they don't have you to do it with like I do, but hey, they'll find them a Kika and they'll have an enjoyable time with somebody in an RV too. But solo dolo, yes, I could make this work. I mean,
like with
home.
the shower
it's
and
home.
stuff.
It's just like being in a house. It's a beautiful situation. I'm looking forward to going camping next weekend.
Now, how many people do you think could actually live in an RV space? Because there are families that are out there that's thinking about doing this, but they may need to get a little bit bigger RV than what we got.
We comfortably have 4 people in here out of town. Sleeping wise, I could see, if it had to be, I could see 2 to 3 more people.
But living wise, I'm talking. What do you think?
I think you could do 3 to 4 in here.
To actually live in here?
Yes.
All right. But it's 2's nice. 3 would be a crowd for me.
2 is perfect, but how things go sometimes. And in the course of doing the man's work, someone, if there was an emergency, we could help someone.
Yeah.
In here, we could give them a place to stay. And I mean, because no one just sits in an RV, it's constant moving, it's going. So and then because we have an area See, that automatically makes it right.
True. Here goes the kitchen. We got the kitchen here, you guys.
You start that coffee thing.
Oh, I gotta start it's not ready yet. It's preheating. Got our own little Keurig for coffee.
I almost bought the kind that got bags instead. You can get the kind that got bags too.
I never had that before.
It was like they had the top like that.
Where,
but they were
yeah,
bags.
I never had that.
And yeah, I got those.
So everything's good now.
That's dark roast. Kid.
Is it? Oh, I'm gonna love
So
it.
I don't have to add.
So we can do that. Run it through twice, actually. All right, I'm turning the camera off now. Thanks, you guys, for watching.
So I hope you all enjoyed the recap of the RV experiment back in 2017. And I hope that you will enjoy moving forward what we're going to do with the cabin experiment. So make sure you're watching. I'm not too sure which month I'm going to put this out, but it's going to be absolutely great. So the important part of all of this is if you have not subscribed to my channel, do so by hitting that subscribe button. That way you get notification every single time I upload a new video.